You know how much I hate fussing. Really polishing the old turd today. Oh my God. I'm literally having a brain freeze. I have really good self-esteem. Hi. We did it. We floated through the void and we made it back here. And today we are gonna do a little holiday gift guide. I'm gonna take a little stroll through some of my absolute must-haves for miniature making. Okay, I actually made a Amazon wish list so you guys can just like find this stuff very easily. Just like a little tiny disclaimer. These are just products like I know and that I like to use, but also that doesn't mean they're the best, you know? They're just the products like I have experience with. So, you know, use your best judgment because I'm not like an expert on anything. I'm more like a jack of all trades where I know just a little teeny bit about many things. Real smattering, if you will. Okay, so the first item on my wish list was hopefully it's not going to be very long, and they're all like quite basic too, and there's like an expanse of price points too. So it's like if this is just for like your coworker or versus like someone you actually give a shit about. So there's like a lot of different price points. So that's good too. Okay, so item number 1 is a self-healing cutting mat. This is just a small one. They come in a bunch of different sizes. Hint, hint, as if my husband watches this channel, I really would love to get a new like big daddy one. Like, I don't know if it's like 36 inches or what, but this is a self-healing mat anyway, and they're super useful. And pretty much any miniaturist or craftsperson, well, I don't know, if you're like a knitter or something, you're probably not going to need one of these, but they are like a super useful tool. So that's a good gift, number 1. The next item I have on the list is a Dremel rotary tool. This one is the 4000. I've had it for a lot of years, like probably maybe even 10 years. It still works great. Obviously, I haven't tried every single Dremel ever made or anything. I will say that I recommend getting one with a cord because I just think it has more power. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a bias. But I feel like, isn't that the way with everything? Like if you buy a battery operated weed whacker, it probably doesn't work as good as one that's like gas powered or something. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. What do I know about weed whackers? Come on, people. Don't trust my advice on weed whackers. So the next item on the list is something I really love, really reasonably priced. I think it's $29.95 on Amazon, and it is a magnetic jig. So it's literally just a square piece of metal with some magnets on it. It's like having an extra set of hands, especially when you're, you know, gluing anything, building furniture, that sort of thing. I really do. I think it's a good item to have. And this one came from Micro Mart. If you're not familiar with them, they are like chef's kiss tool company for like miniaturists, railroad people, dioramas, whatever, you know, all of your small needs. But yeah, but they also have this on Amazon, and it seems like it's probably this exact same one, and maybe it's like $3 cheaper or something. So, you know, use your best judgment. Next, this is like the most basic thing, but also I feel like it's like they're always getting lost or stolen. So just like a couple good pairs of scissors, you know. They also get dull. I love a fresh scissor. You know, if you're cutting weird stuff. So it's a good stocking stuffer. Everyone needs a scissor, okay? Everyone needs a good scissoring. Okay, next on the list is, I mean, I'm sure it's not the cheapest 3D printer on the market, but the Anycubic Photon Mono 4, which is selling currently for $189 on Amazon. It's the machine that I'm currently using. I've had 2 or 3 Anycubics at this point. Like, I can't seem to get a 3D printer to last more than a couple years. And I also had a Elegoo Saturn, and that I got about 2 years, and the computer died on it. So I don't know. Like, is there? And I don't use them that hard either. I'm not printing tons and tons. But I don't know. Do you have a 3D printer you're really happy about? Put it down. Put it down in the comments. But I did include this because I do think it's like a good entry level machine. And like I said, I'm using one right now and it runs fine. It meets all the needs I have. Plus, like, getting started, I think there's a lot of support, you know, because it is such a big brand. You know, again, Facebook groups, I'm sure there's other groups out there. Anyway, so that's on there if you've been like thinking about doing that. Plus, there's like a lot of free design support. Tinkercad is a free program that's like so great for getting started learning that kind of design, and without having to pay anything. So, and I really love 3D design. It's super fun. Okay. Next thing on here, I just have sandpaper. Again, cheap, easy, fits in a stocking, fits in a little gift bag. Coming in at a whopping $12.89, I have the 3M Advanced Sandpaper 20 Sheets 220 grip. 220 is kind of my like default daddy. And then depending on what I'm doing, you know, maybe I'll go higher or go lower, but not lower a lot. But yeah, I think 220 is one that like I just always want to have on hand. Yeah, and again, it's like a really good, like, it's a really good gift to just like almost any maker is going to need it. Next on the list, I have Gorilla Glue 4-ounce bottle, natural wood color, pack of 2. I personally prefer buying the smaller bottles. And it's probably, I'm sure, like not as like economical or something, but yeah, I don't want to reach for it. The clogging, like the fact that like wood glue has been around since the beginning of time, that it's always been in that bottle, and they haven't figured out how to make these bottles not clog. What's going on? Why can't we fix this problem? I grew up in like a wood shop, okay? Like, I know this has been a problem my entire life. Like, can we please? I can't stand a clogged wood, and then you just end up having to tear the bottle all up. I mean, it's a nightmare, okay? Ooh, the next one is really good. I really like this item. And I actually have one of these, but it's loaned out at the moment because I have multiples, and someone else just really needed it. So this is the V Magni 10X magnifying glass with light. So essentially it's like, here's an aught light. This has like a smaller though. I think I'm not seeing it listed right on the listing, but this one only has like a 4-inch. This is an aught light, which is, it's fine. These are real lifesavers, and every miniaturist really needs one of these. And that one's $39.99. And it comes with a stand and also like a C-clamp type bracket. And I think for me personally, I want the stand, but I guess depending on how you work or whatever, or maybe you're moving it around, I don't know. But yeah, for like $40, that's such a good gift that like they're going to use so much. Like, that's a really, really good gift. Okay, so the next item on the list is a bit of like kind of a specialty item, but it really is a tool that I'm like so glad to just have in my arsenal. This is a Gartol multifunctional trunking miter shears with angular cutting of molding and trim. Adjustable 45 to 135 degree hand tools, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, this is a miter shear, miter snips. And this one too, this listing, it has a replacement of this piece, which is kind of nice. It comes with like a couple of them. So, yeah, you can adjust it. So if you're cutting, trim to go around windows, baseboard, you can cut it straight. So if you're cutting, hardwood flooring. So this is like a little bit specific, but I'm really glad I have it. And it's essentially $30, $29.99. So yeah, it's just a tool that like I feel like should be in anyone's toolkit. This one's super simple as well. It's just a glue gun and some glue sticks. But I mean, I've used it so much. I've had it for years. I particularly like this one because it doesn't leak, like, and maybe none of them do anymore, but back in the day, they would leak and they were so dangerous. I like the small sticks. I don't know. I used to have a bigger one. I don't know. I just don't know that much about it, but it does have a little kickstand on it. This one, you can adjust the temperature on it. And it's just like a really useful tool that like isn't going to go bad, even if I don't use it for a year, which I'm sure I've never gone a year without using a glue gun. But yeah, so definitely a good gift. A mere $17.98 on Amazon, and that comes with like a bunch of sticks. I mean, that's another good thing too. It's like if it's a last minute gift, you can pick one of these up at like, you know, one of your horrible, disgusting favorite box store. Find this at your local disgusting box store. No judgment. I shop at them all of the time. It's a part of being a human in America at this point in time. All right, the next thing I have on here is the Cricut Maker 3. I've had a Cricut Maker, and I think I maybe have just the Cricut Maker. I don't know. I don't know which model I have, but I've had it, I think, since 2020, I'm gonna say. It's not something I use all the time. I've made like a lot of fun shirts with it. It's a decent thing to have though. And there are a lot of Dollhouse people who have gotten really into cutting 1/16 wood with it. So that's kind of why I included it on here. Like it really is a useful tool when you need to cut some vinyl in multiples. You know, if you just need to cut a bunch of things quickly, it is a really useful tool. And I mean, and it works great. Like, again, I don't use it a ton, but I mean, I probably use it every couple months or something, you know? I don't know. It's a really useful tool, especially if you're just like, I'm not in a place yet where I'm ready to take the leap into getting a laser. This one is $455.39, and that's like a bundle. I couldn't find anything on Amazon that wasn't a bundle. So, but probably other places. Also, I feel like there's going to be a lot. That's the sort of thing that you see really good sales on at like Joann, or I don't know if Michael sells them, but whatever craft store you prefer. You know, but this one does come with like a whole mess of stuff too. So, I mean, it would be a really good gift for someone that's really trying to get into it. So a little bit of an investment, but again, like if you can use it to make presents, I mean, if you can make $455 worth of Christmas presents, then it's probably worth it, especially if you can get it like, you know, 30, 40% off or something. Okay, so the next item is definitely the biggest daddy on the list. It's comes in at a price point of a whopping $899 for all my ballers out there. So it is the Glowforge Aura Laser. I have not the Aura. I've never used the Aura. So I think this might be the only thing on the list that I actually haven't used. I have the Glowforge like basic, which is like the big daddy. I'm pretty sure this is a diode laser. And I know people are using them. I mean, it is significantly cheaper. I think my Glowforge was like $4,000 or $5,000. But I just also think like you could get a diode laser a lot cheaper. Like that's kind of where I'm landing is like if you're gonna buy a diode laser, get like a cheaper one. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. If you have a Glowforge Aura and you absolutely love it, I will say one of the things I like about this one for a diode is that it's completely contained, whereas a lot of the diode lasers are open, which I think is really unsafe, as well as like it's gonna be like fumey and stuff, which I don't like. So it does say that it's like wait, I just noticed I noticed another like little Easter egg in here. Unlock a new dimension of your creativity. Glowforge Aura is compatible with hundreds of materials, including wood, leather, paper, cardboard, stickers. I guess maybe if you're making stickers, sticker paper, vinyl, maybe it means like vinyl, iron-on, and many types of acrylic, stone, metal, and food. I need to know what they're talking about. Is somebody putting a baguette up in that machine and slicing it up or like engraving a scene on it? Like, what are they talking about? I need answers. If you know, send me a link. I need to know what people are doing with food in this machine. Or like toasting, they're making toast. What? This is blowing my mind. I'm gonna get on the forum when I'm done recording this and see if anyone else has an answer for this.
Hey everyone, Future Allison here. So I actually did follow up and go on the forum and ask about the food situation. And a very helpful Glowforge owner, her name is Ekla, and she wrote in response, engrave on things like cookies and crackers. You could fit something thicker like a pie into bigger Glowforges, but not the Aura. Or cut thin things like nori, seaweed sheets, soy paper, rice paper, icing sheets, etc. The caveat is that once you use a Glowforge for non-food, you shouldn't use it for food because it's impossible to get all traces of the toxic fumes out. So there you go. If you have seen anyone using their Glowforge for food, please send it because I'm very curious.
So it does say many types of acrylic. Oh, and then it says it is not compatible with MDF, vinyl made with PVC. I don't know what that means. Or white, blue, or clear acrylic. I think blue is harder to cut. And then I wonder if the white and blue is because it reflects off it. So I guess you can cut some acrylic with it. I don't know. Do research. It's on there. All right, moving right along. There's so many. Apparently I love Gorilla Glue because I'm just realizing there's like 3 Gorilla Glue products on this list. The next thing I have is the Gorilla Mounting Putty non-toxic adhesive removable blah blah blah. It's sticky tack. I don't feel like going and finding it. but it's just like a weird putty, kind of like a almost like a polymer clay, but stickier. This pretty much doesn't leave any kind of finish. The next item on the list is probably the item on the list that I use the absolute most. I bet I used it every single day. I feel like a lot of miniaturists I see using like X-Acto knives, I think those are hot piles of garbage, especially if you are cutting wood with them. Like, you need something like sturdy, that's like a more comfortable grip that you're not gonna get carpal tunnel from. I also just really like that, like, the blades are super easy to replace. You just snap them off when they get dull. And it's just, you can get them at the hardware store, you know, and they're cheap. And this isn't the one that's on the thing. It's the Fiskars Pro Retractable Utility Knife. Yeah, I don't love that one as much because I couldn't really find this one. This one has like, it's like a strip. That one I think is individual razors, or yeah, blades. That's not my favorite. Also, I really don't like the ones that have a screwdriver I'm like, I have to go find a screwdriver to change this blade. Like, why? So I can save like $2? Like, don't do that to yourself. And again, like $15. Just, you know, it's worth it. It's really worth it. This one is from Lowe's, and it's the Olfa. It's the Olfa. OLFA. The Olfa. And I think I've had it since I started making miniatures, and it's seen some shit. All right. But it's my ride or die. It's my girl right here. Okay. All right. The next item on the list is the YHYZ 7-piece precision tweezer set. This isn't the tweezer set that I have. This one's black, which very lovely. I don't know. I bought my tweezers so long ago, and I didn't see like ones that look, they're so basic that like who knows what they look like. But it's $6.99 for 7. So it's like a buck a tweezer or whatever. And they have a bunch of different ends on them. You can kind of decide what you like. I don't know that I really have like a tweezer preference. I don't think that much about it.
Well, thanks for sticking around, sticking it out with me, finding me tolerable enough to get through this video. It's a miracle. In the same way human life is a miracle, like that all the processes happen correctly to form a human, and then that human just grows and lives. It's as miraculous that anyone ever completes a YouTube video. Every video I make is like a marathon. I don't know, maybe it will get easier. I don't know. It's still very like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, I love it. And I mostly love, talking. I mostly love talking to you guys. But I say I'm practicing my comedy. But I did it. I made another video. Yeah, it's just every time I finish one, I'm like, wow, I did it. Yeah, so thanks for sticking around. What did you think? Was there any tools on here that maybe you weren't familiar with that you were like gonna run out and buy, or you're gonna go buy as a gift for someone else? Is there any tools that I forgot that you're like, how did you not include this? This is like a staple for my making experience. So please share that with me too. Because I want to know. I want to know what your ride or die tools are, because maybe I need them too. I love tools. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, I mean, you made it to the end, so you might as well subscribe. You might as well just come along for this journey with me. I am not the most consistent at posting. If you click the little ding dong bell, you'll get a notification, I think. I'm still learning. I'm new here. You can also find me on all the socials, and I always post an update when I've posted a video. So that's another way to make sure you never miss an episode. Yeah, it's like watching Lost. Nobody gets that reference. Maybe they do. I feel like if you're watching this, you're probably old. You're an old person like me. Yeah. Cool. Let's be best friends. Let's be best friends. That's what it's really about. It's not about likes. It's not about comments. It's not about metrics. It's not about making that big money. It's about making friends. You and me. And you and me. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay. Bye.